Hello everybody and welcome to a tutorial by Stitch-A-Saurus. In this tutorial I'll be explaining how to join two pieces together. More specifically for this pattern I'm going to be doing the eel head, also known as body type D, on my Taggy Tails fish pattern. So here I have the bottom jaw already done, and I've done this in orange, and this is the top jaw with the eyes marked here in red. And then I'll be doing the join in a purple color, so that way you can see each section separately. So the first thing we have to do for the eel head is to join to the bottom. So going into the marked stitch, which was the, I believe, stitch 5 on that round, we're going to put the hook in. So I'm going to put it in so it's going from the inside out. And then we want to find the next stitch, which is this one. This is the next open stitch. Put our hook through like this. Nope, like that. Might be a bit tricky to hold all that together at once. Yarn over, pull through, and then do a single crochet. So that's 1, and then we need to do 5 more. So we're going to go from outside or inside out, and then go to the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we now have 6 stitches where we've connected the bottom to the top jaw. So now what we need to do is to just go around the remaining 21 stitches around the head. So we'll see here our next open stitches right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oops, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and we'll have the last one's 21. So you can see here what we've done so far is we've almost just gone around the red part, which is the top. And now what we need to do is go around the bottom and then around here. So this middle part is going to be ignored for the rest of the time. We just needed to join it here so he can have a mouth here. But we're going to continue around. So that was round 18 for the eel head. Now, this next section is optional. This is only to help you if you have holes or if you don't want to sew up any holes later. If you do have, this is a technique that I like, I've done in the past and I like it. So you'll see here that this stitch right here already has, this is taken. This is what we did we did our first stitch in here. So we would start the round here normally, but I'm not going to do that. In order to make this a bit cleaner, I'm actually going to start a decrease in the stitch that was already taken. So this one right here with that purple in there. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna yarn over, and then I'm gonna do the second half of the decrease in the actual stitch that I want. So that's the first stitch, and I'm gonna pull through. So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do what I normally do, which is mark the beginning of my round. So I didn't actually add any stitches because I was going into one we're going to ignore later, but by doing that, it's closed it up. So there's, unless I stretch it really hard, but there's no holes there. So that's optional. You don't have to do that decrease. Like I said, you can just start your single crochets here, but you might have a hole. So you're more than welcome to come back and sew that later. So let's continue the lower jaw, which I believe is 12 single crochets. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Oh, I have an extra stitch. That's cool. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I did wrong. I think I accidentally I did one too many here. This wasn't part of my video, but if in case this ever happens to you, because I made a mistake at the very early part, what you can do is actually just decrease. So if you happen to do the same mistake I accidentally did, you can just decrease here to get yourself back to 12. That is an actual decrease, but now I'm back to 12 around. You messed up. So now what we need to do is 21 stitches around the top again. And you can do this, a very similar technique. So you can either start a decrease in this stitch, or you can start a decrease in the stitch on this side. Or if you really want to go crazy, you can do in both. But let's go ahead and just do here. So let me pull my hook out one more time. You can see this was the last stitch that we did originally on the inside of the mouth. So I'm going to put my hook in through there like that, and then go into the real first stitch of the top half. One like that. So that's going to tighten it up. Another option is if that doesn't quite work out for you, you can do the bottom jaw. So you can see here, you can do this and then go into the first stitch. I think that looks much better, so I'm going to stick with that one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and my marked stitch here is 21. So now if we look at it, we have a nice big circle, just like that. And we have the two connected parts, and you can see here, we don't really have any holes because of that decrease we did. And then to continue on, all you just do is just go around and around here. This part is no longer worked in, it's just to connect the two there. You're just gonna keep going around and around. And that is how you do 2 joins while also fixing a random mistake. Thank you. Have a good day.